In today's video, we're talking about the top 5 forgiving fairway finders, try saying that quickly, of 2023. Hi everyone, my name is James Robinson. Welcome back to the channel. Now this is something which so many golfers generally don't think too much about, but maybe you should, because maybe driver isn't quite for you, and if it isn't, we're going to kick things off today with my number 5. Number 5, as you can see, is a Taylormade club. It is a Taylormade Stealth 2, and it is the Taylormade Stealth 2 Titanium fairway wood. I absolutely love this club. I love it for its adjustability. I love that you can put that 50 gram movable weight in the front or the back to change high spin, low spin, different ball flights, different trajectories, and of course you can change the loft on there as well. This is a 3 wood. You can get this in a 5 wood or a 7 wood if you do manufacture the loft on that, and I've seen people use that to great avail this year. So let's send one down here at Woolley Park Golf Club on the second hole. For me, it's not just a driver replacement. It is a great club for off the tee. You can see looking down at this that it's got a gorgeous black top line, very stealth-like if I do say so, pardon the pun there, but also it has a gorgeous feel and sound. One problem that you sometimes see with clubs like this that have a black finish both on top and on the face is you can't differentiate that top line to the face, but you can see because we have this laser etch in here, you can see that. We do have twist face, but I don't see, to be honest, how much that does come into play. I personally quite like a nice gear effect draw from the toe. So if we go straight down the middle of the fairway to this tree, one of the things that I love about this is the head size. So if you do want this in your bag because you struggle off the tee, that is the perfect club for you. A nice big high fade down the middle there. We didn't need gear effect to bring that back because that was actually one of the best stroke shots I've hit in quite some time. But if we replay that sound, that was absolutely phenomenal. Now, one of the biggest pieces of technology that Taylormade do have in the Stealth 2 Plus range is the speed pocket. You can see that right at the front of the club there. That is designed to give you more ball speed and an easier launch on those low face hits. As you can see, we've not had many on here, but it is designed to help. And also with that 50 gram movable weight we mentioned earlier, if you move that back, it is going to shift CG back, give you more MOI, and generally help you launch it a little bit easier. But I do like it in that forward setting, especially when I'm nice and confident and playing well, because it does just drop the spin rate a little bit and allow me to hit shots like this one. That was absolutely phenomenal. Gorgeous sound. It's in at number 5. I know exactly what you're thinking. If this is number 5, what on earth is number 432? And of course 1. Stay tuned and find out. So next up in at number 4 is a club where its younger brother, its little brother, is potentially, I think, the best feel and sounding golf club ever made. That's the TSR3. This is of course the TSR2. This is a much bigger profile, a much bigger head, a full titanium design with the sure fit hosel, so you can change face angle, you can change loft, you can change pretty much everything you want. But the big story about this club is that kind of inertia generator there. We've taken that Taylormade term, but that's pretty much exactly what it is, and a weighting in the bottom to bring CG down. One of the things I love about this is once I put it down to the golf ball, you will start to see exactly just how big this head profile really is. So if I compare it to the Taylormade Stealth 2, for example, a really big surface area, a really good looking head, but to be honest, just a much more traditional looking head. A lot of people who do game Titleist fairway woods, Titleist drivers, they are traditionalists in my opinion, and that is exactly what I think a lot of people want. I absolutely love the black face with the white lines on. That for me just helps you line the club up a little bit, very similar to the etching on top of that Stealth 2 that I mentioned earlier. And once again, I'm going to send this down the fairway, and I know if I put an okay swing on this, generally it should go exactly where I want it to. That was actually a much more penetrating flight than we hit with the Stealth 2. Those balls are going to be bang next to each other, and that's exactly why I like these clubs as forgiving fairway finders. I don't think it necessarily means you have to put your best swing on them. Those two were very good swings in particular for me, but having something where you know it's got forgiveness, you know it's got the CC, it's got the profile, it's got the surface area to give you the confidence to have that positive swing, I think is second to none when it comes to a fairway finder. That's number 3. No, it's not, it's number 4. What's number 3, you ask? Well, it's this. Okay, so this is a club where I didn't really like the driver that much this year. I felt like the actual full Aerojet driver was nice and forgiving. Is it Aerojet? That's one of the things I've not liked about Cobra this year. I haven't really come to terms with the name. I know it's obviously a great marketing term, Aerojet. It came out at a similar time to Top Gun. I always want to call it Jet Speed because to me it looks very similar to the old school Taylormade Jet Speed. It's got similar colours in the white and the blue. But apart from that, I actually really like it on top. It's got a lovely carbon crown on there. You can have it in the draw or the neutral setting looking at the weights. And it also has that power shell face. So that is designed just to give us a little bit more ball speed on low face hits. And that for me is something which so many people do struggle with fairway finders, with fairway woods, with any kind of club where you want to get it up in the air. That generally comes from people leaning back a bit too much, trying to really launch it in the air as opposed to striking it as you should. That's a different story for a different day. But the reason why this is number 3 for me is looking down at the ball. We've spoke already with this when it comes to the Taylormade Stealth 2, when it comes to the Titleist TSR2, and now we look at this Aerojet. It actually looks really forgiving because we have that carbon crown, but we also have the white etching around it. That really shows just how much surface area we do have. To me, this sits a little bit more upright than the others. So if you struggle missing fairways to the right and you want that element of forgiveness, this could really help you. We also have the adjustable hosel where you can change loft only on this, but we do have the adjustable weights as well. So if you struggle missing it to the right, you could bang this in a draw setting. You could even change the loft if you want to. And this, of course, is the Cobra Aerojet Max. So we do have the option of the neutral weight or the draw weight if that is what you do want. This is the more forgiving of the family. The LS version was fantastic, where that weight does move up into the front of the club and then you can move CG around to make it higher or low spin, a little bit more like the Taylormade Stealth 2. But for me, I absolutely love this HOT face. It feels fantastic, really allows you to get a little bit more ball speed on those off-centre hits. Again, similar to the technology we have heard of in the Stealth 2 and in the other clubs. And then, like I said, that white ring around the back really looks like it gives you a little bit more forgiveness, even though it is just an aesthetic look. All in all, for me, a fantastic looking fairway wood. Let's see if we can hit another one down this fairway. I love how this looks, and I'm really looking forward to seeing exactly what Cobra have in store for 2023. That felt like a similar strike to the others, but it launched really high, which a lot of people will like because a lot of people want to see these clubs get up into orbit, want to see them get a little bit higher than potentially the hybrids they're hitting, even the drivers that they're hitting, because they want ease of use and ease of launch. That's number 3. I know what you're thinking, we've already had Titleist, already had Taylormade, now he's put Cobra out of the bag. What on earth is number 2 and what can number 1 be? Comment below, what do you think number 2 and number 1 is for the best forgiving fairway finders for fair handicap golfers? I was going to go with mid-handicap golfers, but I wanted to continue the alliteration with the Fs. So, the best driver of 2023, I know this isn't exactly why you've tuned in, was this. The Callaway Paradym Triple Diamond driver. Not necessarily the best forgiving driver, but the ball speeds were insane. And Callaway had a huge job on their hands, making sure that the Paradym family stood up to the driver. To me, this doesn't just stand up to the driver, this is the standard Callaway Paradym fairway wood. It's not the Pardym X. The Pardym X for me sits a little bit big, it's a little bit cumbersome, it's a little bit clumsy you could say, but this is a perfect blend of forgiveness and sleek design. That's where Callaway have knocked it out of the park, and I really look forward to seeing what Callaway do next year. I'm also a bit worried for Callaway because, let's face it, they've absolutely nailed it this year with that forged titanium AI and also with the 360 wrap on the driver. You can see here we have a huge weight in the bottom, very similar to a lot of the other drivers. That's to bring CG down to make it that little bit easier to launch. And although it does have a nice big surface area, it still has a nice look down at the ball. Let's get this teed up and let's play a very similar shot to the clubs we have been playing. And one of the huge things that looks really good with this is that blue carbon top together with the kind of matte finish on the crown. You can see that, like I said, I'm starting to think about this a lot more when it comes to forgiving golf clubs, because I think the ability to line up a golf club perfectly helps you guys hit the fairway, helps you guys hit it straight, and ultimately helps you guys hit forgiving good golf shots and lower your scores. So if I can now hit one down the middle of this fairway, I want a nice standard flight with this. I don't want that mega high one that we got with the Aerojet. But you can see there, consistency and versatility is quite ridiculous. That shot for me is one of the best shots I've hit in a very, very, very long time. I'll zoom in now and show you that down there. And as you can see, guys, when we talk fairway finding clubs, very, very consistent shots from that tee with all 5 of those clubs. Off this forward tee in winter, this could be the perfect club that you want to hit. You don't always need driver. If you can have this as your best friend, then potentially it could be one of the best forgiving clubs of 2023. Like I said, very worried for Callaway moving forward, primarily because this was so good. Where do they go from here? How do they make it better? I just hope they don't try and fix it too much, because if it ain't broke, you don't try and fix it. Okay, last but not least, this is a brand that reeks of forgiveness, reeks of, you know what, James, don't worry about hitting out of the middle, because we thrive out of you not hitting it out of the middle. It is, of course, Ping, and it is, of course, the G430 range. Now, Ping, for me, get massive plaudits because they've not changed too much over the years, and we have seen rumours of potentially what might be coming next year, where these stay pretty relevant, which I think is great for people who've bought them. Because if you've bought a Ping G430, especially if you've bought the Ping G430 High Launch, this could be a club that really helps you hit fairways. Even Gary Martin hit shots like this with it earlier. All right, guys. And if Gaz can hit shots like that, I am joking, of course, but it must be easy to launch, because he didn't have much confidence earlier, and then he hit this and actually realised, you know what, it comes with a light shaft, it comes with plenty of weight back to allow it to be easy to launch, and it also has all that good stuff that you do want from a Ping fairwood. It has the forged face, it has the face wrap, it has that lovely carbon fly wrap on top. Listen to that. That is gorgeous, and of course we can change the loft if we want. So what you might want to do is get this in a 15 degree, crank it down a little bit, and just see how easy it is to launch even at like a 14 or a 13.5 degree. If I send this down here, this for me is the most forgiving club of the lot. It's the best looking club of the lot down at the ball as well. Thank Lord we don't have turbulators on here, because for me it looks so much better without that. It looks so much better plain, looks so much better down at the ball. The one thing that I would say, if we were picking fault a little bit, I'd like to see a little bit of something to make it easier to line up. You can see the white lines around the face are a bit more sporadic than maybe the Titleist, and we don't have something differentiating from the crown to the face. But apart from that, we are splitting at hairs because it's a fantastic golf club, and I think Ping have knocked it out of the park, like I'm about to here, with the best forgiving golf club for a fairway finder of 2023. Guys, thank you so much for watching. I really hope you've enjoyed that video. If you game any of these, let me know in the comments below. What have I missed? There's so many more options that we could have. Get in the comments below, what would your top 5 be? And apart from that, I cannot wait to see you all at the same time tomorrow. Goodbye.